We just boarded one of the Amsterdam River cruise tour, so we're on the boat right now. Let me show you guys how cute it is, but we're ready to go. We'll be ready to go in like 15 minutes down the river. It's about an hour long tour. So let's get into it. Have you ever been to Amsterdam? But more than that, if you have been to Amsterdam, have you ever gone on one of these Canal cruise tours? Well, if you haven't, then I would strongly suggest that you do, because this was the most breathtaking experience and the most beautiful thing that I could have done in my time here in Amsterdam. So we decided to board a boat. When we board this boat now, this boat is an all-inclusive boat that had drinks and eats on the boat. And let me just say, this tour comes with a tour guide that is going to tell you all of the exciting and most historic things that is going on here in Amsterdam.
Some fishermen, they founded the city building the first dam where Dam Square is right now. Do you know Dam Square? Sounds familiar? It's where the Royal Palace is. It's the most important square here in Amsterdam. And they started to call the city Amsterdam. It means the dam in the river Amstel, but you can also realize you could say this.
So yes guys, the cruise is like about an hour long, so we are like halfway through the cruise, but it's actually a really good experience thus far, because you know, we have a tour guide giving us all of the information that we need whilst we going down the river. So it's really nice. Absolutely loving it. So going on one of these tours has always been on my bucket list, and while I've been to Amsterdam before, I've never actually gotten the time to go on one of these cruises. So at this point I was really excited, and although I was not feeling quite well because I got sick in Amsterdam, I was really happy that I really tugged through and pulled through to make sure that I was able to do this cruise. And nonetheless, it was not disappointing. It was very much one of the best things I've ever done in Amsterdam thus far. So if you're planning your next trip to Amsterdam, please take a Canal cruise tour, because it is definitely worth it. It is worth the money. We paid 25 euros to come on this tour, and for the price point, I found it was really good. The boat that we took, we actually had a bar on there. They were serving drinks, so you could have purchased extra drinks, and I think they had snacks on the boat as well. It is also kid friendly, so if you want to bring your kids along, you can do that, because there were kids on our boat. And I would advise that you go during the day to late afternoon. It's actually really beautiful in the afternoon when the sun is just going down. You can actually see the sun setting in some places, and it was really nice. And I would say though, close to the water, it gets a little bit cold depending on the time of year that you go, so you may want to work with a light jacket or a scarf during fall. And of course, I would have seen the most beautiful places in Amsterdam. I see the largest floating restaurants. I saw the gentleman's block. It was just so informative. I was able to learn a lot of history about Amsterdam, things that I would not even thought. Amsterdam is just more than, you know, the red light district, and more than the drugs and the drinks and the alcohol. It has so much history to unpack here, and this is what our tour guide was explaining to us, things that I never even knew before, you know. And it's definitely a city that I will visit again, and this is definitely a tour that I will do again. And I was happy to bring you guys along with me on my journey, because I really like when you guys experience things with me. So I'm happy to do that. And of course, you let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think about Amsterdam, if it's a city that you will ever go to. For me, it's definitely a must visit again. And as a content creator, I found that, you know, filming in these places, it was really super easy for me. And, you know, every country that I visit and I film in, you all know I have to give you all the raw details. So this is just me showing you all what the cruise in the river is like. And let me tell you something about this water. This tour guide was able to dip her cup in the dam here, and she was able to drink the water, because they said that the water is actually really clean, even for consumption. And I was the most surprised by this, because I would have never think in a million years that people would be drinking water from here. But she told me that the water is clean and she drink it. I will insert a little clip there for you all to see. But it was actually a really beautiful cruise, and it was an hour and a half long, which is a long time to be on a cruise. And there were other cruises passing us by. We weren't the only one on the water, so the water was quite active, and there were also people on the sidelines, just looking on, having lunch and just spectating. It's good to do that as well. So I would have done that from that angle, and now was actually on the cruise. So it was a actually fantastic time, and thank you guys for coming on this journey with me again. And don't forget to like, share, follow this page for more travel content. And I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.